So recipe number 4 is one of my favorites. I am so sick of giving plastic gifts. I'm so sick of giving gaming and device gifts or gift cards. How about something that they're going to remember? Something they'll always have, something they will always think of you, they will always think of you when they look at it. And so for $20, you can be a precious metals investor. That gets you, you can buy a 1 ounce silver coin with that, and you can give a loved one something that they'll remember the rest of their lives. So just throwing out a few, few ideas. What if you put away 10 or $5,000 or $10,000 in a precious metals account for a child for when they go to college or become an adult? Maybe you do that for a grandchild. Historically, gold and silver have almost always done much better than you could do if you put that money just in a bank account, because that bank account is essentially the US dollar. It's subject to the decline that it all has always had versus gold and silver. There's never been any long-term scenario where it doesn't precipitously decline versus gold and silver. But now with these crises, when governments and banks need to shore themselves up, now that bank account is one of the first targets for confiscation when they need to fix the system and bail in. So this gift you give a loved one, starting for as little as $20, could be one of the most rewarding gifts you've ever given, and most memorable. So this whole idea of preparing your family for the wealth transfer. There's a wealth transfer going on right now from west to east. Gold is flowing out of the west and being bought up as feverishly as they can take it in places like China and Russia. But there's also a transition going on in cycles from this digital and financial asset wealth cycle to something else. We don't know what that next cycle will be, but we know it won't be like the current one. We know it won't be these digital assets. So wealth is going to shift away from the stock market. It's going to shift away from bonds and real estate, and move into things that aren't in a bubble. And one of the few areas that are not in a bubble, and commodities. The next recipe, which I think this is a cool one to me, is the whole idea of using gold and silver for protecting your family against a power outage. Monster Box is a way to prepare to have some currency available if you ever need to buy groceries with a power outage, or if the ATMs aren't working. You can use silver coins to buy groceries and other items. A Monster Box is filled with silver coins. There's two varieties. There's a mini Monster Box that contains 100 silver coins, which currently costs about $2,000. A Monster Box, a regular Monster Box, contains 500 silver coins that currently costs about $10,000 to buy. And this Monster Box you buy, having some currency to use if you need some money on hand, it could be a more important investment for you than buying a power generator when the lights go out. The next recipe is using gold and silver for your IRAs, for your 401ks. And Jim Rickards refers to 401ks as a digital kill box. And on one level, it's filled with dynamite. It's filled with all those bubble assets. It's filled with two bubble assets and a fiat currency that's poised to drop precipitously. On the second level, it's difficult to get your money out of a 401k when you're currently employed with that employer. But there are some solutions I'll talk about in a minute. Most people aren't aware of the whole concept, or wouldn't know where to start with getting a precious metals IRA. And our platform that we have available on GoldRealWealth.com makes that just as easy as a regular precious metals account. You can open up a precious metals IRA within 5 minutes. Investors can transfer an existing IRA. They can roll over their 401k, and what I think is so cool, they can make monthly regular contributions, automatic investments into your precious metals IRA from your bank. So that's a stark contrast, having this this account, this precious metals account, that isn't sort of in the bubble stream. They haven't had the run-ups. They haven't had at least the manipulation from the Fed, and so it's an important diversifier to someone who has, let's say, their IRAs at a brokerage account from all the standard Wall Street names we all know. That's generally going to be loaded up with that same stale mix: stocks, bonds, and cash. So you may say that you can't get your money out of the 401k, and it can be challenging, but there are some features available in most plans, most 401k plans, that you can investigate. And so if you're interested, you can call your 401k customer service line, and you ask them if you're eligible for just an outright rollover, just a traditional rollover from your 401k to an IRA, or the other, if that isn't available, an in-service rollover. You ask them for an in-service rollover. They should know what you're talking about. If those two options don't work, you can see if taking a loan from your 401k is available, period. And all those are important because it helps you get money out of the digital kill box. And that's the end of part 2 of our gold silver recipes series. Please stick around and listen to additional game-changing recipes in part 3. Thank you for listening.